captain called up 2 centurions. "Get 200 soldiers ready to go immediately to Caesarea. Also 70 cavalry and 200 light infantry. I want them ready to march by 9 o'clock tonight. And you'll need a couple of mules for Paul and his gear. We're going to present this man safe and sound to Governor Felix." Then he wrote this letter. "From Claudius Lysias to the most honorable Governor Felix. Greetings. I rescued this man from a Jewish mob. They had seized him and were about to kill him when I learned that he was a Roman citizen. So I sent in my soldiers. Wanting to know what he had done wrong, I had him brought before their council. It turned out to be a squabble turned vicious over some of their religious differences, but nothing remotely criminal. The next thing I knew, they had cooked up a plot to murder him. I decided for his own safety I'd better get him out of here in a hurry, so I'm sending him to you. I'm informing his accusers that he's now under your jurisdiction." The soldiers, following orders, took Paul that same night to safety in Antipatris. In the morning, the soldiers returned to their barracks in Jerusalem, sending Paul on to Caesarea under guard of the cavalry. The cavalry entered Caesarea and handed Paul and the letter over to the governor. After reading the letter, the governor asked Paul what province he came from and was told Cilicia. And he said, "I'll take up your case when your accusers show up." He ordered him locked up for the meantime in King Herod's official quarters. Within 5 days, the chief priest Ananias arrived with a contingent of leaders, along with Tertullus, a trial lawyer. They presented the case to the governor against Paul. And when Paul was called before the court, Tertullus spoke for the prosecution. "Most honorable Felix, we are most grateful in all times and places for your wise and gentle rule. We are much aware that it is because of you and you alone that we enjoy all this peace and gain daily profit from your reforms. I'm not going to tire you out with a long speech. I beg your kind indulgence in listening to me. I'll be quite brief. We found this man time and again disturbing the peace, stirring up riots against Jews all over the world, the ringleader of a seditious sect called Nazarenes. He's a real bad apple, I must say. We caught him trying to defile our holy temple, and we arrested him. You'll be able to verify all these accusations when you examine him yourself." The Jews joined in. "Hear, hear, that's right." The governor motioned to Paul and said that it was now his turn, and Paul said, "I count myself fortunate to be defending myself before you, Governor, knowing how fair-minded you've been in judging us all these years. I've been back in the country only 12 days. You can check out these dates easily enough. I came with the express purpose of worshiping in Jerusalem on Pentecost, and I've been minding my own business the whole time. Nobody can say that they saw me arguing in the temple or working up a crowd in the streets. Not one of their charges can be backed up with evidence or witnesses. But I do freely admit this. In regard to the way, which they malign as a dead-end street, I serve and worship the very same God, served and worshipped by all our ancestors, and I embrace everything written in our scriptures. And I admit to living in hopeful anticipation that God will raise the dead, both the good and the bad. If that's my crime, my accusers are just as guilty as I am.